Any business that sells products must hold a certain amount of inventory in order to satisfy the demands of the customer.
Yes, because if we don't have inventory in our warehouse when the order is placed, we cannot deliver the goods as they are needed. But the more inventory we have, the more it costs the business.
For sure, Greta. Finding the right balance of having the right amount on the inventory but not too much is the challenge that all businesses face.
So Mark, let's look at what makes it expensive to hold inventory. There are a number of factors that we need to consider.
Firstly, there are the storage costs, either the rental cost on the warehouse space or the depreciation on the building and the interior racks, the people to look after the inventory, the running costs, the personal protective equipment, for example, lighting, consumables to keep the warehouse clean and tidy. There's also the maintenance costs on material handling equipment, the facilities and the building. There's also capital costs. In other words, to build the warehouse and then to add the storage facilities like shelving and racking, material handling equipment. The cost of borrowing money from the bank to set up the warehouse and the monthly interest rate due to the bank are also part of those capital costs. Perhaps a larger cost is opportunity cost. How much money could the company make if instead of spending their money on inventory, they to in fact invest it to earn interest? Lastly, there are the costs of risk. These are the risk factors associated with holding inventory, such as theft and damage. These require security measures such as fencing, perhaps CCTV cameras, certainly security guards, and so on.
And the more inventory we have, the more all of these costs go up. In short, the cost of holding inventory can be as much as 25 to 35% of the total value of inventory which is held by the business. So we have to ask the question, what is the purpose of carrying inventory? Why carry it at all? Surely we can save money by not holding inventory. But the fact is, inventory supports the operations of a business. Without it, there is simply nothing to sell. And as a warehouse practitioner, understanding the importance of having inventory available when it's needed is vital. To appreciate this better, let's have a look at where the management of inventory supports the different functions within a business. Carrying inventory helps the business to protect itself against a variety of challenges. These challenges most definitely include meeting customer demand by making sure that when an order is received by a customer, we have the goods available in our warehouse.
As well as protecting against supply shortages, for example, suppliers or production not delivering the quantities needed. And not to forget delivery delays from our suppliers.
Then there's configuring of sub-assemblies. We hold a certain amount of partially completed products and assemble according to orders, such as for a motor car. Another function of inventory is for smoothing production requirements. By this we mean having sufficient inventory to cope with seasonal demand for products such as holiday sales. And then of course we have promotional campaigns where products are being sold at discounted prices at retail outlets.
All of these reasons will require a business to keep inventory of specific products to meet the demands and to satisfy customer orders.
There are many functions within the business that are affected by inventory. We will briefly touch on some of these in your practitioner guide.
It is for this reason that inventory needs to be managed.
Effective inventory management has many benefits, but mainly helps the company save money in ways such as saving on storage costs, minimizing spoilage, minimizes obsolete stock, and improves cash flow.
And what inventory are we managing?
There are 4 types of inventory. These are raw materials, work in process, finished products, and maintenance and repair operations, or MRO.
It's important to note, however, that inventory in transit is also still considered inventory.
It goes without saying that knowing the importance of inventory and inventory management will ensure that you look after this very important asset.